All right, what's going on, guys? So today we are here to talk about the best MIDI foot controller, in my opinion, for Bias FX, and that's going to be the Behringer FCB1010. So what the Behringer FCB1010 is, it's a MIDI foot controller that allows you to send changes to your DAW or to your plugin that makes your plugin act essentially more like a actual rig, where you can change pedals, you can change presets, you can change channels. That allows you to get a little bit more interactive use, say for a live setting, with your plugin or your rig that is on your computer. So why the Behringer FCB1010? So the reason that I chose the Behringer FCB1010 is honestly due to its flexibility. The flexibility of the unit allows you to use it with many different rigs, including Kempers and Axe effects as well. Now, its versatility doesn't come from the unit itself as far as the programming. To get the full versatility, I would suggest upgrading right away. Now, there's two options you can choose from: the Uno chip or Eurkea. Now, I personally chose the Eurkea just because of the fact there was no programming to be involved as far as doing it with the computer. With the Uno chip, you have to be on a program and you have to make all the control changes on your actual computer. Now, what's nice is that Dave over at Eurkea does all that stuff for you and allows you to really just get the full versatility of the unit right out of the box. So essentially what Eurkea does is that it allows you to make all your control changes once it's programmed, and you don't really have to do anything else other than that. We're going to jump right into Bias FX. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to set everything up so that way you can customize and get everything set up for your rig at home. Alright guys, so now we're in Bias FX, and I'm going to be able to show you guys how to set up all of your MIDI settings so that way you can get your pedal board to now work with Bias FX. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your settings menu. Now there's going to be two things here. There's going to be your audio settings as well as your MIDI settings. So the first thing we're going to do is go into the audio settings, and I'll show you why. Obviously, all of this should be set up beforehand, but you'll have your output device, you'll also have your input device, and then you'll have at the bottom here, active MIDI inputs. You want to click that on. When I first opened up Bias FX, the standalone by itself, even though I had my MIDI controller plugged in, there was no active MIDI input on. So what you have to do, simple, turn it off, and then obviously click it, goes back on. Now that one's all set. So now you can go back to your settings and go to your MIDI settings. On your MIDI settings, you want to make sure you have MIDI control enabled. So it's enabled. Next, you want to go obviously into your last MIDI setting, which is your channel. So now if we go into here, we have it set to MIDI channel 1. The first thing I like to do is if you have any pedals that are on, make sure you put them into the off position. So for this one, I made a polyphia tone. The first things first is we're going to do this distortion pedal here. We're going to just make it so it's a toggle on and off. So we're going to press power, and now it's toggled off. The way we want to assign this is you want to assign it to a control change number. Now control change is your CC number. We set it up so pedal 1 was 61, pedal 2 was 62, pedal 3 was 63, so on and so forth. What we're going to do is we're going to set up that distortion pedal to CC number 1. So if I write, the way that you do this is very, very simple. All you have to do is right-click the pedal, and here you're going to go to MIDI assignment. Click on that. Now it's going to give you an option of what you want to do. You can control the distortion, you can control the level, you can control the low, mid, highs. That's what all this does on that pedal. So all we want to do is control the CC number that toggles the on and off. So essentially, we're going to click the CC number, bring down a drop menu. We're going to go to 61 because that's what we assigned our pedal to when we did all of our programming. CC number 61. Click on that. Simple. Now all you got to do is press done. So now that you press done, it's literally as simple as going to press your pedal. So now all I got to do is press pedal 1 and it'll turn on the distortion pedal. So what I'm going to do is turn it on. And there you go. And you press it one more time to turn it off. So you can see that the light turns on to let you know that it's on, and when I press it again, it's going to turn it off. That's with it off. Turn on the distortion pedal. And it's simple as that. Turn it off, Press the N one more time. All right, so next what we're going to do is I got another patch open here, is I'm going to show the exact same thing but with multiple pedals. So that one was set that I had to originally was CC1 from the last preset. So we're going to use CC number 2 or CC 62, 63, and 64 for this drive, delay, and reverb. Like I did before, super simple. All you got to do is right click, go to MIDI assignment, and we're going to change this one to CC number 62 to toggle it on. Change this one to CC number 63. Done. And this one's going to be CC number 64. Done. So now we have all of them programmed. If I press pedal number 2, which is my CC number 62, that'll turn on the drive. So next would be CC number 63, which was our delay. So if I press pedal number 3, turns on our delay. 64 is our reverb. So simple as that. That has all the pedals effects, and I can turn them all off as well. Turn off reverb, turn off delay, turn off drive. Alright guys, so now that you guys have seen how the effects mode works in Bias with using our FCB1010, we're going to go towards the preset mode, which I believe is the most versatile for if you're going to be doing any sort of multiple rigs during a live setup. Say if you're in a cover band and you need you play different genres of music, where maybe you need something that's going to be like a heavily distorted tone, and then you need to go to a very clean tone, and you don't want to use pedals, you just want to change your rig completely, this would be the way to do it. So in order to do that, the first things you have to do is you have to do all the work in your pedal board first, and then we'll move over to Bias FX. So on your pedal board, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into PR mode. So PR mode is your preset mode. What that does is allows you to program what your presets are going to be, and that's your program changes, essentially, what you're going to see in Bias. If you look on the pedal board, pedals 6 and 1 are going to change your MIDI channels. We set everything up before on channel 1, so we're going to leave it on channel 1. Channels 2 and 7 determine what banks you have. So the banks go from 0 to 10. 3 and 8, pedals 3 and 8 will go up 10 and down 10. 127 presets for 10 banks equals a lot of presets that you could basically, you could make any rig, every single rig that you want to do. As long as you could remember them, you could make every single rig that you, or your favorite rigs for when you go out and you want to perform live. We're going to make it extremely simple, and we're going to go all the way down to 0. 9 and 4 goes up 1 or minus 1. So we're going to go up to channel 1 or CC1. Now that we have that all set up, we're on MIDI channel 1, we're on bank 0, which is bank number 1 because it starts at 0, and we're on CC number 1. So in order to confirm that, I will press 5 to enter. I like that. So now what you'll do, in order to save it to a pedal to determine which one you want, you're going to hold the up button on the FCB1010 until your FP flashes. Then from there, you can pick which pedal you're going to put it on. So I'm going to put this one on pedal 6, then we'll go from there. So you hold it down until it says FP. FP will flash, and we're going to put it on a pedal. So now we're going to put it on pedal 6. Press pedal 6. Now that's going to be stuck on pedal 6. So now when I press pedal 6, it goes through its motions to make the program change, and then you will be on that preset, whatever you assign it to. Alright guys, so now that we've finished doing the setup on our pedal board, we're going to move over to Bias, and we're going to continue the setup from there. Now, this is the easiest part of it, because all you got to do to set it up to make sure that the pedal board talks to Bias is you have to go into your banks where all of your presets are, and we're going to use this Polyphia one as example. You're going to hover over top of the preset, and you're going to click on this little pencil tool here. Click on it, and you can see it's already PC, or your MIDI PC, which is your MIDI program change. It's set to 1, which is exactly what we want, and we're going to press apply. So now, just to show you the switching of it, I'll click on a random preset. Brings us over there, and now to switch back, all I have to do is press pedal 6 on my favorite presets, and it'll go to it. So now I'm pressing pedal 6. and now it switches over by MIDI control over to the Polyphia preset. So now we'll do it one more time, and we'll switch, let's say, to the Satchel preset. Say we want the Satchel preset as our other one, and we're going to put that one on pedal 7. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to preset mode, and we're going to build our preset, because like I said, everything has to be done first on the pedal board, then you move over to bias. So preset mode, MIDI channel 1, bank 0 again. And this time, instead of going on channel or CC number 2, or CC number 1, sorry, we're going to go to CC number 2. So now that I want that, I'm going to confirm it with 5. And now we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to hold on to the up pedal. Now that it's flashing, I'm going to press on pedal 7 because that's the one we wanted to assign it to. Perfect. Now that's assigned to. Now we can pick which preset we want it to. So now same thing. We're going to hover over top of it, over the satchel tone here, and we're going to go to the little pencil tool again. Once again, MIDI PC change. Instead of setting it to 1 this time, we're going to set it to number 2. Click on number 2. Press apply. Now that that's done, you can bounce between the 2 presets that you just made with one simple push of a button. So just to show you, we're going to press on pedal number 6, which is our Polyphia tone. Switches over, and say we want to go back, so we're going to go to our satchel style tone, which was pedal 7. And it does a switch for us. So super, super simple. Definitely probably the most useful thing, I would say, if you're in a live band setup, say where you're playing many different genres, many different styles of music that maybe would require a different rig. This allows you to do that. All you have to do is bring your laptop, an interface, and you can plug your interface directly into the PA system through the outs on the back of your interface. So extremely, extremely useful. And it's also really good if you just want to play at home. Say you have multiple rigs and you're doing your own little show at home, I guess you could say, or maybe you're playing a couple songs, you don't want to switch all the stuff around. You can switch between rigs, super, super simple, and there's really not much else to it other than a simple push of one button on your pedal board. All right, guys, so that's it. There you have it. Super simple setup. I definitely think the Eurkea Prom chip is well worth the upgrade. I believe I paid here in Canada $60 to get it to my house, and I paid, I want to say, $100. I found this one used, this FCB1010. So $160 for this super awesome, super versatile setup that I personally wanted to get as well, because down in the future I prefer to maybe get an FX2 or let's say a Kemper. And you can do that because the Eurkea Prom chip is already pre-programmed to handle all that stuff. Like I said, you can use it with any sort of MIDI-enabled plugin. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, this is my very first video. So if you like what you saw, subscribe to the channel. There's definitely going to be way more gear reviews. I have tons of stuff. Follow my Instagram. Feel free to DM me if you have any questions about what I talked about today. I know it can be sort of confusing. It really screwed me up the first time I was trying to learn it. So if you guys are having any issues, feel free to message me, shoot me a DM, or even message me on YouTube. So once again, thank you guys so much, and see you in the next video.